The speculation that the Galaxy S26 Ultra won't get a significant battery update seems to be supported by a recent social media post. Regarding Samsung's upcoming smartphone lineup, there have been numerous claims that the Ultra model will incorporate an under-display camera. In contrast to the Galaxy S25 Ultra's 5000 mAh battery, renowned leaker Panda Flash Pro has claimed that Samsung may not boost the battery's capacity above 5400 mAh. In response to a post on X about the potential battery capacity of the upcoming Samsung Ultra phones, the assertion was made. As Panda notes in the post, charging speed is not 65 Hz, refresh rate is 120 Hz. No under-display camera, battery capacity is not final yet, but under 5400 mAh if they increase. Panda has previously predicted that the Galaxy S26 Ultra's maximum battery capacity will probably be limited to 5500 mAh. Although some people may be disappointed that Samsung is only providing a minimum battery boost, there are other aspects to take into account. For example, it was recently suggested that Samsung would introduce silicone carbon batteries, like those seen in the OnePlus 13, in the Galaxy S26 series. The phone's batteries would be significantly denser than the present lithium-ion batteries if this were the case. This would eliminate the need to increase the device's capacity and enable a considerably larger charge. Additionally, when it comes to the phones with the longest battery life, battery capacity is only half the story. One of the most crucial elements affecting a phone's longevity is its processor, and Samsung phones are some of the best available. We anticipate that the Snapdragon 8 Elite 2 chip will be used at launch for the Samsung Galaxy S26 series. Given how well the current Snapdragon 8 Elite manages power, we anticipate significant advancements in that area from the next CPU. Although the Ultra variants typically employ the same processor, there are some hints that the Galaxy S26 and Galaxy S26 Plus may use the Exynos 2600 in specific areas. These types of leaks and rumors are typically best taken with a grain of salt. The Galaxy S26 rumors are still in its very early stages, and even then, we won't know for sure until the phone is made public. Although a precise date has not yet been set, it is expected to occur in early 2026, when Samsung typically releases its Galaxy phones. The Samsung Galaxy S26 may have a better primary camera, but its specifications remain the same. Now that Google I/O is over, attention can return to hardware and impending device announcements rather than software-focused ones. We're already beginning to hear speculations regarding Samsung's next S-series flagship, even though the company's foldable range is the next big release on the horizon. Although the Galaxy S26 series isn't expected to be released for another 8 months, most likely in January or February 2026, leaks and rumors about the series are already beginning to surface. In contrast to recent rumors that imply key basic features are expected to remain unchanged throughout the two series, previous South Korean leaks have suggested that Samsung is pursuing a new battery technology to deliver quicker charging speeds and more capacity with a future flagship. The most recent leak highlights what can only be characterized as a mixed bag of upgrades and carryovers, with a particular focus on the primary camera of the base S26. A recent Galaxy Club rumor, via Android Authority, claims that the Samsung Galaxy S26 base model will keep its 50-megapixel primary rear camera, which has been a feature of the base model since the Galaxy S22. The underlying sensor is about to receive an upgrade, even though the specifications are unchanged on paper. The identical Isocell GN3 sensor was utilized in earlier models, such as the base S23, S24, and even the S25. Samsung will continue to employ an Isocell GN series sensor with the base S26, but it will be a more recent model, possibly one that hasn't been revealed yet. After the debut of the Galaxy Z Flip 7 and Fold 7, we'll probably find out more about the tech giant's plans for the base model. According to what we currently know, Samsung will reportedly adopt Vivo's strategy by sticking with the S25 Ultra's 200-megapixel primary rear camera for the S26 Ultra, but adding a larger 200-megapixel periscope camera, up from 50-megapixel. With the debut of the flagship Samsung Galaxy S25, Galaxy S25 Plus, and Galaxy S25 Ultra, a redesigned portfolio of mid-range phones, and the unveiling of the still mysterious Galaxy S25 Edge, Samsung has already had a busy year. That hasn't, however, stopped rumors about Samsung's mobile portfolio's future, particularly with reference to the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra, which is said to be the company's highest-end model for next year. Actually, according to a recent report, the Galaxy S25 Ultra's most amazing features might be getting even better with its upcoming version. The Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra may have even narrower bezels than the current generation equivalent, according to tipster Panda Flash. Since the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra's bezels were already noticeably less than those of the Galaxy S24 Ultra, the newer phone was able to achieve a 6.9-inch display without much altering its total size. The Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra might be the first contemporary flagship slab phone with a 7-inch display if Samsung can make a comparable advancement this year. Panda Flash alluded to the bezel decrease in the reply area of an article about the speculated selfie camera of the Galaxy S26. Panda Flash appears adamant that the Galaxy S26 Ultra will not have an under-display camera, despite previous speculations suggesting this possibility. The under-display camera can't provide the same performance as a standard punch-hole selfie camera, as the piece points out, which is as good an excuse as any to put one off. Panda Flash provided little background information or references for these assertions. We had previously covered their advice in the lead-up to the Galaxy S25 Ultra's launch, but these weren't entirely accurate. It's wise to approach these fresh rumors with a fair amount of caution. Having said that, it's not too radical to suggest that Samsung might be able to shrink the Galaxy S26 Ultra's bezels and equip it with a standard selfie camera. We're not talking about a significant internal redesign, and it will probably still be among the top Samsung phones when it launches. The Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra might have a cutting-edge OLED screen. The possible use of next-generation OLED technology in Samsung's Ultra flagship for next year was clarified by a reliable media source. Filek claims that Samsung intends to install a color filter on encapsulation OLED screen in the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Should it materialize, the S26 Ultra will be the first smartphone with a bar design that incorporates Samsung's color filter on encapsulation display technology. In 2021, Samsung introduced the color filter on encapsulation screen for the first time with the Galaxy Z Fold 3. The Galaxy Z Fold 6, which was just announced, also has an OLED screen with color filter on encapsulation technology. The color filter on encapsulation with OLED are also supplied by Samsung Display to Google, Vivo, Xiaomi, and other businesses. The display aids Samsung's color filter on encapsulation screen technology, which converts the general pixel-defined layer to a black pixel-defined layer and substitutes a color filter for the polarizer in existing OLED displays. In this manner, power consumption may be decreased, light transmittance can be increased, and the screen gets thinner. Clearer colors are also obtained by using a color filter rather than a polarizer. Vendors produce phones that are more vivid, smaller, and use less power. Next up, Samsung's Galaxy S26 Ultra may get the edge treatment with an ultra-thin design, but because of its thinner chassis, it may make integrating the S Pen housing more difficult. A sleek edge treatment for the Galaxy S26 Ultra flagship is supposedly part of a major design change that Samsung is working on. If you haven't heard of it, the Samsung has unveiled the Galaxy S25 Edge, a smartphone whose thin design is its primary selling feature. According to a tipster, the S26 Ultra might look the same, but its battery life and S Pen capability might suffer. The S26 Ultra is surprisingly tiny, according to a tipster on X. This could indicate that the firm is trying to streamline its entire lineup by bringing the higher-end models into line with the Galaxy S25 Edge's ultra-thin design. Samsung may achieve a more upscale and futuristic look if it reduces the thickness of its Ultra-branded phone to the same level as the Galaxy S25 Edge, which is 5.8mm thin. There are a few restrictions with the new style, even if it would be a nice addition. One of the flagship's distinctive selling points is the S25 Ultra's proud support for the S Pen, the only phone that comes with a stylus. Fitting the S Pen without sacrificing battery life would be the biggest obstacle if Samsung were to give the S26 Ultra the edge treatment. The Galaxy S25 Ultra's S Pen has a few key capabilities including pressure sensitivity, screen-off memos, and handwriting to text translation, while not supporting Bluetooth. The smooth S Pen integration may be jeopardized if the S26 Ultra's thickness is reduced to match the S25 Edge's measurements. It would be a significant engineering challenge to fit an S Pen into a phone as thin as 5.8 millimeters. Samsung could have to move the shell or completely rebuild the pen. These factors, however, might affect how useful the item is. Furthermore, some power users who have long admired the Note lineup may consider its removal to be a significant degradation. So, what would you like to see from the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra? Would a thinner bezel, battery upgrade, or the built-in pen be reason enough to upgrade? Let us know in the comments. As always, see you tomorrow. Peace out.